Hi, I'm JB, and this is the JB Comedy Show. Disclaimer, this may or may not be funny. Our guest tonight is one of America's most beloved comedians, Bob Saget.
JB, thank you. Thank you. I'm so honored to talk to you. Yeah, and the Creative Coalition is dear to my heart. And you've been through a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm a long-term cancer survivor right now. I've gone on 5 years now of fighting a glioblastoma, which is brain cancer.
Well, bless you and bless your brain.
Well, I just want to say I'm doing really well, and I'm like super excited to talk to you. So let me hop into a question real quick here. Rumor
Okay.
has it that you set out in college to be a doctor. What made you take the left turn into show business?
It's weird because I was in the middle of surgery and then someone said, "Do you want to be in comedy?" So I stopped operating on someone's heart and just, no, okay. So I was just dumb. I wanted to be a doctor because my dad had a doctor that kind of helped save his life. He had heart attacks when he was 40 and 42, and I wanted to help people. That's what I really wanted to do. I actually wanted to be a pediatric surgeon.
That's very noble of you to want to be into like the medical world. I think there's a lot of great people that help people out there. It's like near
For
and dear to my
sure.
heart, of course.
Well, I also read something that you said, and I just loved it, and it inspired me right away. And that it's learn to love and value every person and every moment in your life.
So many things. I feel like I'm just echoing like words I hear that'll just help people in their adventure through life. Everyone's going through a battle with something. You don't know what people are going through. So
Yeah,
sometimes I just echo some words of wisdom that might help people.
I'm more interested. Also, you have a dog named Rigby and a cat named Luna. That kind of excites me.
Yes, they sort of help me through a lot of what I'm going through. So I'm very fortunate to have them as my support team, as well as my brother and my dad who helped me along the way. But yeah, I'd probably be insane if it wasn't for my dog, who also I interview on regular occasions as well.
You interview them just in the house or on streaming or on
We have Zoom calls where we meeting of the mind sort of thing, bounce ideas
right.
off them and everything. Yeah.
And I know your mom also has been having quite a battle with MD.
She actually had passed away when I was at a young age. So that
Oh,
was something I know you're also no stranger to loss, and I think it affects everyone when they lose a family member. I think it also maybe shaped why I got into comedy in the first place. I think you kind of deal with and cope with those things through a bit of comedy.
have you done stand up?
I've never gotten into stand-up. People have told me I should try.
I think it'd be really interesting because I know what your first 5 minutes would be. They'd be about where you're at in your life
Yes.
and sharing your experience and to find the humor and through difficulty. That's where a lot of humor comes from. So
And I share a lot of my humor. This is where people find my comedy is like I'll share my stories on Facebook and stuff. And I always, when I give people updates, I always put a bit of comedy in it. To give an example, I might be like, my neuro-oncologist recently read my latest MRI. Good news, no sign of a brain. And then be like, woohoo, 3 more months of being a scarecrow or something like that. So I always keep this fun and silly and like light, even though we're dealing with a very difficult topic of like brain cancer. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have to fight this type of brain cancer. And I use comedy to get me through it. And sometimes it helps them as well. But it's a very serious disease, of course. So it's like, I know it's good to bring the attention to it. And it's not really a laughing matter, but it helps me.
it's important. It's not important to laugh at it, but it's important to laugh through it.
So is there an episode of Full House that stands out in your mind as one of the most challenging or that you're most proud of?
Doing the show where it had touching moments, and I think it unified families, and that's why TV numbers were up and people really loved it. Was they could watch it with their parents, or people had lost a parent and would say to me, that show, that particular one where you addressed the death of the mom with DJ, was incredibly meaningful to me. So that makes it more meaningful for me as well. And then other ones where we just did high style comedy was very fun, like when accidentally Candace and Scott Wanger, DJ and Steve, were in a cement truck and they accidentally hit the lever and the cement poured into the kitchen. It always happens in the kitchen. And it was, it was fun doing broad comedy in that Lucy kind of way, because hers was always so physical and so genius.
Right.
And here we were having one of those wannabe moments.
So, and finally, very seriously, what's your favorite color?
Blue, no question, it is blue. It always has been. It's not a political statement. It's the color of the water. It's the color of the sky. It's just my favorite color. Your hoodie is my favorite color.
Woohoo, lucky choice.
Yeah, you did exactly. You knew ahead of time. Well, I can't
And
thank you enough, and I want to thank the Creative Coalition too for putting us together.
this was a huge honor. Thank you so much, Bob.
JB, honestly, this is my honor. This was really special for me.
Thank you as well.